Hey everyone, this is Gentilcore coming to you from Cressy Performance, and I have Kyle here today to help me out. Today is the first of what I hopefully will be an ongoing series of video blogs I'm going to cover on my blog. Today we're going to go over how to set up for a deadlift properly. A lot of articles I've written in the past, and as well as stuff I've written on my blog, people always ask questions about how to set up properly, and even with online clients that I have and clients that we have here at CP, this is something that we go over pretty strictly with everyone. So I just want to use this as an opportunity to share with you some of the coaching points and cues that I use with the clients here at CP. So today we're going to go over more of the conventional deadlift. So if you look at Kyle and how he's standing tall, first thing we want to be aware of is foot placement. So with conventional deadlift, I like to have a little bit more of a narrow stance with the feet. So obviously if we're doing more of a sumo stance, we have a wider base of support, and that's going to be a little different. But with a conventional, I like to have the feet a little closer together, namely because, as an example, if we were going to test a vertical jump, we're going to be more powerful from this position as opposed to this position. Not to mention it's kind of tough to pull conventionally with the knees coming in like that. We're just going to get in our own way. So another thing we want to be aware of is how close the bar is to the body. So with Kyle, I want to make sure that he stands up right up to the bar, and he's in a good position from that standpoint. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to teach him to sit back and get to the bar. So a big mistake a lot of people make is setting up too high. So Kyle's going to set up where the point where he's too high, and you notice how his chest is kind of below his hips, and he has a really poor back position. So if he were to do a rep, with this position, go ahead, Kyle. He's just torching that lower back, and it's just good things aren't going to come of that. So we'll put that back down. And then conversely, another way, I'll tell people, okay, you got to pull yourself down, get those hips lower, and they'll make it more into a squat pattern, which again we don't want. So if Kyle were to demonstrate this, it's still not an optimal position to be pulling from. It's just really awkward and cumbersome, and just good things aren't going to happen. So we kind of want to find a middle ground as far as setting them up into a proper position. So what I would like to do, again, if they have a hard time getting that hip hinge pattern, one thing that I can do as a coach is say, okay, I'm going to wrap a rope around I want you to imagine I'm wrapping a rope around your belly button, and I'm going to stand behind you, and I'm going to pull your hips back. And then see how he gets those hips back like that. If that doesn't work, we can give him a little bit more of a kinesthetic feedback, and I can tap on that chest and say, keep that chest tall, I want you to sit back until you get to the bar. And he should feel a pretty significant stretch in those hamstrings, right Kyle? Right. So he should feel, they should feel it right back there, and I'll grab onto those hamstrings and make sure that they're firing properly. So if we stand back tall, another cue you can use is he has a CP logo on his shirt. We can have a Nike logo, an Under Armour logo, whatever, a New Balance logo. And I'll just say, make sure that faces you the entire time. So again, we're going to hip hinge back, keep that chest tall until he gets to the bar. Now once he's at the bar, he's going to try to take slack out of that bar. So we have a deadlift bar here, so it has a little bit more give to it. So a lot of people aren't going to have that. He's going to take the slack out of the bar, and what he's going to do is he's going to grab that bar and try to pull that chest tall. He's going to use it to his advantage to get himself into a good position. And with that, he's going to activate those lats and get that upper back a little stiffer and set those shoulder blades into place. So I'm going to finger him, kind of feather those shoulder blades right back there, and then he's going to make sure those lats are activated. And that's important because if you stand up and look at where the lats, very good, Kyle, we're going to demonstrate the lats really quick. So what we're going to do, the lats have an insertion point under the humerus, and they also go to the lumbar spine. So we can say that they're a very big component in lumbar stability, not to mention that thoracolumbar fascia that gets activated as well. So again, we're going to get into that set position. We're going to make sure the hips aren't too high, they're not going to be too low. He's going to grab that bar, pull his chest tall, so get set here. And if you have to feather those shoulder blades and make sure that they're set in place and they're nice and stiff, that's fine. His chin is tucked, right? The bar, again, is right above the foot. And I also want to cue that we're not going to have his weight in his toes. I want the weight more so in the middle of the foot and in the back of his heel. So from there, we see he's in a very, very good set position to pull here. His hips are kind of below his chest, and he has a good back position. He's going to prevent any shearing on that spine right there. So again, that would be the optimal position from the start with the deadlift. And I'll tell people that's your start and end position. You want to feel that position every single time. And another important component that we want to cover is You want to make sure every time you set up to deadlift that it's the same every time, whatever routine you have. So every rep needs to be the same. So this is only 135 pounds, and most people are just going to casually walk up to the bar and just kind of haphazardly go through their warm-up. So it's very important that you, even with your warm-up sets, you want to get in practice with that good set position as far as setting up for a proper deadlift. And yeah, we'll do it one more time. Pull those chests tall, weight in the back, hamstrings here. We're stiffing that upper back. We're going to stand tall. And right back down, sit back. And that's a good set. And then that's a very solid rep. And that's how we're going to focus on setting up on that deadlift. And that's it.